It is open, my friends, while toils have yet to begin. Laughter we had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Last week they all talked to this wonderful lot. Talked to Alan, that's his name. We're getting it ready. Formulated a basic plan of a process of how to proceed from here, and in their way to figuring out how to get to Glob Shacks on a quicker basis. They have found their way through the checkpoints into the airship hangar bay, or hangar area. It's not really a hangar, it's just a big open flat area where the ships come to dock for a while, and have the intent of finding one Captain Sobre to try to convince her to take them where they need to go.
Now wait, I've flown with Captain Sobre before.
I think so.
She flew us from that druid place to Pallius, I believe.
Drummond.
Yeah.
So you've flown with her to Drummond before.
Cool. So we have personal rapport, so that's going to be useful.
For that, actually, I will say, give me a history check real quick, Snoz, babe.
History. Also, I figured out why I could not affect my inventory. It's because I was not signed in to D&D Beyond, but somehow still had access to the character.
Right, yeah, it signed. Everyone got signed out again.
Yeah.
Stitch and I had the wonderful joy of remembering that they created multiple accounts for a single email address, depending on your sign-in method. That was fun to get through again. Thanks,
Very
Beyond.
fun. TY. So that's a 6 on that history roll.
See, okay, no, yep. You don't remember anything.
Great. Well, I will go to find the captain. I assume on the ship.
Yeah, as soon as you start, it's like there are elevated platforms that form gangways to the top of the ship. But as soon as you get to the top of this elevated platform, you notice there are two people standing nearby, and they're kind of just idle chit-chat back and forth in a language you don't understand, that you don't know. And a little realization dawns on one of you, potentially, that it is very early in the morning still, and it looks like this is still the night crew. The likelihood is she's asleep right now.
Well, fate of the world's on the line, so...
As you look around, Snozboop, you see that I have leaned up against a surface, and am currently...
asleep.
I will approach these individuals and say, Greetings, good gentlemen or misses, as whatever it is. And I'm Snozboop McStugan. I have flown on this fine vessel before.
Hair in your mouth.
Indeed. I am with the Guild of the Three Watchers, and I'm aware of the early or late hour, depending on your feelings. But it is have a matter of extreme importance. Is it possible I could speak to the captain? Or barring that, whoever is the officer in charge at this point.
They both look at you and look at each other.
If
and
it
look at you
helps,
again.
here is a form.
Look at the form. Look at you again. Give me a persuasion check. Just roll. You get the sense with your passive insight that the form did nothing.
Cool. 19.
19. They look at each other again, and the shorter one just shrugs, turns around, starts walking across the gangplank. And the other one steps in front and just wiggles a finger for a moment and says, "Wait."
Can do, good sir.
A few minutes later, the snoring gets worse from now on. Looks to be an elven man with long blonde hair comes walking across and with the other previous guard and looks down at you and am I to understand that you're wanting to talk to whoever is in charge? Yes?
Indeed.
Well, I'm the first mate, Gaffel. What is it you need, and who are you?
Hey, Gaffel. Have I met this guy before?
No.
I haven't. Okay, new first mate. Okay. I'm Snoz McSnoogan. I've flown with Captain Sabre before, actually. We are of the Three Watchers Guild, and we have a mission of extreme import and secrecy that we need to get to the marshes as quickly as possible. We were hoping that this fine vessel could take us there.
Captain is always interested in making a lucrative deal. Come back when she's awake. Thank you. He turns around and starts walking back.
First mate, sir.
Yes?
We really need to leave as quickly as possible. Is there any chance
That sounds like a
that we
personal
could make that
problem.
happen? Well, it's really more than a personal problem. It's a problem of the entire world, really.
Well, the world doesn't sleep, apparently, according to you.
No, it does not, in fact. It continues. And we are trying our best to save it. But we need your help to make that happen.
Listen. Clearly, you do not remember Captain Sabre too well. If she is disturbed from her sleep, the world will end. I can guarantee that. So, if you are willing to risk that happening earlier, you'll have to make sure that it's really worth it. And what we have said so far is just words that have no meaning behind them. Anyone could come up here claiming the world's going to end. So you can wait till the morning, or you can really make sure it's worth her while.
Well, our guildmaster Julian will definitely make sure it's worth her while, no doubt.
Fickle claims. He turns around again and keeps walking back up the ship.
Well, hold on. What do we have on me?
No, 5 more minutes.
This guy slept all night, just so it said. He did not keep watch. And now he's making me look bad by sleeping. Sheesh. I'll try one more thing, I guess. First mate, there are demons in this world, and they are attempting to destroy it. There's one in this town, and we just fought him off right before this, okay? Any chance that we could just stay on your ship until the morning and Captain Sabre wakes up so that they don't find us? Is that an option?
Comedically, like a cartoon, my mouth is open and there's like a pool of water
Just-
with bubbles coming out. That's
Give me a persuasion check, Snoz.
That's a 26.
Oh, Christ.
You see visibly his shoulders just slump as his back's facing you. You hear him muttering under his breath, and he turns around and like, "You can join me on the top deck. Come on."
Thank you, sir. We'll go up there.
Iago has a kind of like skip to his step. He seems very excited to be on an airship.
Well, first mate.
I'm Slippins.
Sleppins. I will, at this point, for those of you who are mortals, you are tired. You've been up all night.
We've been taking turns.
You've been taking turns, it's still exhausting.
Fair enough. Well, I will then just lay on the deck, but the top deck there, wherever the first mate went, and I'll fall asleep on the ground floor planks. Yeah.
Snooze for a few hours.
Yago, do you need to sleep?
Iago nods.
Nods. Which direction?
At you.
This is shaking.
But I mean,
This is nodding.
nod yes,
This is
nod
not nodding.
no.
This is not nodding. Whoever
No,
started that
nod
trend,
is yes.
shame on you. This is not nodding.
Shake is no.
This is not.
Shaking my head is no.
This is
Nodding
shaking.
is yes.
Okay, good to know.
Sorry, that took me a moment to understand as well. But I realized
Yeah, I didn't understand what
recently-
you were asking.
people have been using this as nodding. And I was like, I don't understand how this is nodding. I personally don't.
Never
but,
has been, never will be for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a good question of clarification, though.
Children left behind, you know?
It's
Instead of that, no child left behind. Children left behind. Plenty of
I don't
them.
mind being left behind. Iago will probably find a good spot to sit while waiting and probably also nod off.
All right. A few hours go by. If you all need to, you can mark off a short rest, not a long rest. I don't
Ladies and
think
gentlemen,
there's-
who this man? Who this man?
You need a long consecutive
Get him
few
in the
hours.
comments.
I
The
don't think I
sun,
had anything that actually required resetting with the short rest, but
All of my stuff does.
eventually, standing up there, Gaffel looks at BT, who would be something he's. You get the sense, BT, as you're watching, the people here on this ship definitely didn't react. I mean, the ones that you've seen changing and watches and such didn't react the way you're used to people reacting when they see something like you. For them, it was more of like just a shrug of the shoulder. And
Okay.
Gaffel, when he looks at you, I'm like, are you speaking kind or silent kind?
I can speak.
Good. Now's probably a good hour to wake up the captain, so don't mind freaking your comrades awake.
Okay. I'll go wake everybody up.
He walks down from there. It's a few minutes, but familiar to you, Schnoz Boop, and I believe also familiar to you now would be Admiral Sobre, not actually Captain, Admiral. She
This is correct.
Admiral Sobre, and something BT, I think actually familiar to you as well. Because, yeah, it would be familiar to you as well. See that sword again? That really powerful looking sword.
Didn't I talk to it last
You
time?
did talk to it last time, yeah. Yeah, so you've got the general gist of what those things are. She looks grumpy. And mostly disheveled. Hair's still a little bit of a mess. Uniform's, like, rushed on. She looks down at you and like, why do I have to wake up at this hour? Seriously, the world can't be in that much danger.
I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna be like, oh god.
Perpetual drunk.
So, Snoz will notice the uniform and adjust and say, Admiral Sabre, I don't know if you remember me, Snoz Boot McSnoogan.
It's too early to remember things.
I'm in the Guild of the Three Watchers. Julian, our guild master. He sent us on a mission to save the world in some effect.
Swell for you.
We need to get to the marshes, and we were hoping that we could acquire your services to take us near there.
You woke me up at this hour.
Julian will pay you
trip.
quite a bit, especially because I told him to.
Now, is that you?
Yeah, sorry. I tried to prevent them from waking you up earlier, so you should thank me.
Should have tried harder. Ugh. Julian's usually very good for his money. Give me a solid amount, and I might be able to consider it, but seriously. We can wait 2 more hours.
Oh no, 100% it could. Don't listen to him. It 100% could. I've seen them talk. They're very slow talkers, so no matter what happens, I think we'll be okay.
We were in a conflict with a demon, a very powerful demon, several hours ago. They're still in the town.
It was no big deal.
It'd probably be best if we weren't in the town as soon as possible for that reason.
If he was powerful enough, he would have seen me behind that wall, is all I'm saying.
Now was asleep most of the time, as you might guess, so his opinion of the matter
I was fully awake while you guys really dallied around and ran your heads into
eyes
walls.
Just flutter closed.
Admiral!
Sorry, are you two done bickering? Can we get back to business?
Yes, we can. What number is good? What do you want?
We're talking about
5,000 gold?
Journey. Please.
10,000?
My service is...
Quit talking, could you? Because you're a bad negotiator.
I mean, I don't know what the money means.
Very clearly you don't. Let the woman speak, please.
My apologies, Admiral.
Physically, she's collecting herself right now. Just calming herself down a little bit. Takes a deep breath. Folds her hands in front of her. Well, you say it is for the safety of the entire world, so this is quite going to be perilous, undoubtedly. And I am quite famous where I mean, everybody knows the name Admiral Sabre. It's a household name. You're getting more than just a journey by traveling with me. It's 5,000, definitely won't cut it. 10,000's getting closer.
Kept
If
your
it makes
mouth
you feel
shut.
better, the dangerous part will be after you drop us off. So
Oh, but
It
it
won't. It's the
still could
easiest job
work,
on the
couldn't it?
planet. Why are you increasing the price with every syllable you say?
I'm
Not my
being a
money,
pivotal
whatever.
part still. I mean, all the same, aiding you on this journey. If you were to do it by foot, it would take 27, 29 days just
The
to
whole
get
Now,
time,
there.
Iago's
A-
nodding to what she's saying.
Admiral, now, do I think you are the most attractive admiral I've ever seen in my life? If you continue down this path, we will walk.
Give me a persuasion check.
I shall, because I'm saving, I'm saving Julian so much gold. Good
Definitely not the
lord.
most famous admiral.
That's gonna be a nat 20.
Oh,
Wonderful. Okay. She takes a look at you and goes, only because you said such sweet things. Fine. I can settle for 10.
thank you, Admiral. I'm not a man of money, so that doesn't have a lot of meaning to me. I appreciate your honesty in this matter. Shall we leave?
Oh, no. If you want to leave now, you're going to need to add 2. 12.
We can wait
Snoz,
2 hours,
Snozboop
Snoz.
will take out 2,000 gold and hand it to her.
I hit my head so hard going backwards on the deck that it makes this noise. Are you ready? Hold on, let me get this out of the way.
That was perfect. And she just grins at you and like, very good, Garth. Get us going. Garthel just smiles, nods at you, like, thank you. I get 10% of that. That's a wrong accent. Thank you.
I'm gonna look
I get
I'm gonna
10% of
look
that.
at Big Ten. After all this is done, I'm gonna look at Big Ten like this. I'm gonna be like, that man's in charge, yeah?
Yep.
You do realize that that would not have cost anywhere near that amount if he had shut up, right?
Well,
Ooh. It was true for campaign 1, now it's true for campaign 2. This party loves to make Admiral Sawbury rich.
as all of this is starting to pan out and the ship's getting ready, Iago says in a high pitched, girly voice, "Oh, this is going to be so exciting!"
I've got a Kenku who is, I don't know how old they are, but they can still barely talk in full sentences. I've got Snozboop with whatever entity he's got floating around next to him. Just making this the most expensive journey you could possibly imagine. And you, Big Ten, are sitting there quiet as a church mouse, one might say. Am I supposed to keep this together? Who's keeping this together?
Now,
what's falling apart?
we all keep each other together. That's the point of a team and a friendship.
Okay, then
Do you believe in
when money comes in, stop talking. You can
You'll
talk
take care of the
all
money?
you want. I'll take care of the money.
Oh, well, now,
As
why didn't you
soon
say
as the
so?
price of something is involved, stop talking. Yeah?
Admiral
Well, now that we've
Sawbury
had this
And
discussion,
still around.
also, if we get into a fight, for the love of God, I can see how squishy you are. I could literally rip you in half right now and not even break a sweat. Don't. Yeah?
well,
Don't.
obviously, I'm a man of peace. Why would I ever be in a fight?
I'm gonna swivel as if
Let's
I'm
you
in a
all just...
swivel chair. I'm over to Big Ten, like,
I'm just
He's
gonna let
thicker
you
than
all
me.
bicker while you have the chance. She leans down a little bit to you, Schnozzboop, and just whispers, I think you did swell.
Thank you, Admiral. Kind as ever.
She,
that is On the streets, we
walks
call that a
back.
mark, ladies and gentlemen. A mark.
Yes. She hits you on the, kicks you actually, because you're lying down on one of the shins and
Mhm.
just says, "Stop ruining it for us." Walks over to her
I
place and
shut up
just
with the continue.
stands there for a bit. It looks like she's just standing and surveying things, but then once the deck stops bustling about and people start actually standing in their locations, she smiles and calls out, "All right, better hold on to something. The launch is usually a little bumpy."
Oh, well, yes, of course. Admiral,
Mm,
I had an excellent conversation with your sword the last time we were together. Might I talk to them again?
not while we're flying.
Oh, well, fair enough,
He's
fair
going to
enough.
be busy.
I
Of which she
grab onto a mast or something.
She takes out the sword, and this is new for you, Iago. You've
Yeah,
never
Iago's
been.
just standing there looking at everyone, looking very confused.
She, seeing some of the reactions, knows Now's been on it before on BT and Schnozboob. You catch sight of her as she sticks, or Iago, you catch sight of her as she sticks the sword into the deck, gives you a little wink, smiles again, and then there's a rush as you are nearly flattened on the deck as the ship just lifts up from the ground into the sky, clearing the mountain in mere seconds.
Boom. That's Iago hitting the deck.
And now you know these ships don't need to launch that quickly. It's just how she likes to do it. They can be much slower in the lift, but this is just a. She likes theatrics.
Top 3 most attractive woman Nal has ever seen in his life for that reason.
The ship spins and starts going on its journey. It is going to be 9 days, so 23-day trip. It's not 27 to 29 days. She was lying about that. 23-day trip to Erosted is cut down to 9 days. And instead of going through each day, we're just going to go and say, is there anything you'd like to do, accomplish, any conversations you'd like to have during the course of that time frame?
First, right after the lift, as we get going and it's softer, Iago lifts a finger into the air and goes, "I was not expecting that," and then drops it to the ground.
I assume the sword is busy the entire trip.
Yes, the ship cannot fly like this without the sword being in it.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to sort of meander amongst the crew, see if anybody has been near the marshes recently, has any news, anything like that. Anything of that nature.
Well, give me a general charisma check. No persuasion or anything, just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
18.
18. They are sailors, technically. So they do get around and have conversations and chat and get to know the local laws. You do quickly learn that these people are not from this continent. They're not from Iridai. They're from Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the lore that you would pick up is from what's going on down there. And the general gist you get is that is a very different continent. They rely a lot less on arcane use and magic use and much more on the ingenuity of engineering and alchemy. One such thing, through general conversation, is things like BT, general commonplace. The majority of them, the vast majority, do not speak. It's the higher end models. But I would hesitate to say artificial life, because those are genuinely just like automatons. and early stage automaton situations.
Philosophically, it depends on what your definition of intelligent life is, and
Yeah.
when you put it to a human perspective, it's not all inclusive.
Yeah.
But nothing about the marshes. They haven't been
Not
that
too
way.
much. This ship has not been to the marshes or past the marshes. They've been... I mean, Drimmond and Istrogo are the two main cities that they traveled to. Even Pallius is much more of a recent addition to their routes. Ariosted, they have been there once or twice before, but it was only to pick up some passengers or to pick up some goods that they were transporting back. It's a very, very rare occasion. Ariosted's not a big city, but it's also not a small city. It's like on the cusp of a growing town that's now getting much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Pallius is, but it's bigger than Pallius. But
Pallius is better.
Pallius is better. It's cooler. It's got the mountains. But the general gist you would get is it's a very dangerous place, and they've avoided it for a reason. It would probably be more costly to do anything in the marshes than not. It's why there's no airports. Not in the traditional modern speech. Like, you'll understand.
Airports, no, it's literally the same. It's just contextually,
Yes.
it is a ship port that is in the air.
That is in the air, yep. That's what I mean by it. And we'll describe that when you get to Ariosted too, because it's got one.
I had another thought as well, if I could get that into these similar conversations. Have any of them heard news of an assassin, might go by the name of Scowl? In fairness, I'm the one who called him Scowl. He refused to provide his name.
What? Who are you talking about again?
The guy who killed that one, our party member at the very beginning, and then I interrogated him, and he got sent off to be sentenced with the King of Valistar.
I'm sure he's dead. I'm sure he is long dead at this point.
Well, I'm hoping he's not dead, okay?
No, none of them would have heard of this guy. That is too niche of a topic.
You mean the guy I almost put into a ground in this first episode?
What is the capital of Battlestar?
Drimmond.
It is Drimmond.
It is Drimmond, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, well that's all. I'll probably... It's 9 days. Oof. That is hard.
It's better than 23.
Well, no, it's hard because of chaos.
Chaos. Don't set the ship on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing
So...
bad could happen at all.
So first day, so I have to come up with 9 things apparently that I am going to be doing. So first day, while a couple of sailors are eating, I'm going to swap the contents of their pockets.
Okay, that's an innocent enough one. Yeah.
Second day, I am going to put a fish. I don't know if they have any fish. Do they have any fish on this here boat?
Let's roll for it. If they do, it's going to be heavily salted. Yeah, they do. It's heavily salted. And
that part doesn't matter.
Room.
I'm going to put one of those in somebody's hammock.
Okay.
A random sailor's. Then third day, I assume they schwab the deck. I'm going to put oil in one of the buckets, the soap buckets. Just put oil in there instead. Fourth day, I will climb to the top of the ship and jump off onto the floor, and then misty step kind of up and to the side so I don't squish myself.
For the sake of brevity, let's just go ahead and do a general
Cool.
let's do a general sleight of hand roll. Yeah.
Great.
To see how successful you are in entertaining chaos, primarily. That's the main focus here.
Natty one?
That's a natty 20 on the ooh-woo.
Ah!
Oh, jeez.
You-
Thank God.
The
31.
greatest set of dice I've ever bought in my entire life, and I didn't give them to myself.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Amazing. Yeah, you successfully keep Chaos entertained for the whole 9 days. And he does
Nice.
not do any misfit kind of dealings himself, which would not have been near as innocent or gentle, and could have been problematic for a flying ship.
Sweet. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. For
Iago.
9 days.
Oh yeah, no,
sorry.
go for it actually.
Well, it might influence what you're going to do with Yago, because I need Yago for those 9 days as well.
Okay. I was just going to point a few things out, because the three of you, but Iago's the new one, so... for you, Iago, this ship is designed very differently from what you have... your limited experience of what a normal seafaring ship would be designed like. It looks like a normal seafaring ship, but there's no cannons on the side. Well, there are a couple, but they're very different design. They're bigger, and they have different mechanisms to them. And if you dig any further into the ship, I'll give you some more details, but that's the general, just you being new to this kind of a ship would immediately realize is very different. It's probably not a ship that can actually sail. Has to fly.
When not distracted by someone else, Iago is attempting to find a spot that makes it so that he seems like he's flying the most and pretends to fly from that spot.
Okay.
Titanic percent. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Makenku.
You
So-
can easily do that, yeah. What have you got, BT?
BT's 9-day mission. Seeing how Yago has a verbal problem. One, I will ask Yago if I can bind with him, just to make this a little bit easier. Does Yago have a problem with that?
Iago will tilt his head and then not realizing this, he will attempt to talk into your head and then note that you don't respond and then nods.
Okay. I will catalog throughout my short life, but it's still a couple of years now, of general random talk that I have heard personally in towns and things like that. Nothing classified or important, just general speech between people and everything else. Catalog up a repertoire of what would be needed for good general purpose communications, and then share memory with Yago on all of it. In small spots so that I don't blow his brain up. Downloading all these memories of people talking in general
So-
everyday common speech.
You quickly learn through the first attempt that
Okay.
it's not dependent on memory. It's dependent on actual vocal hearing it. So just downloading memory won't cut it, sadly.
Okay, then I'll just
You
start
have-
repeating it.
Iago, for you have a random set of memories that don't belong to you, that have just been inserted into your brain. You don't get
That's
anything from it
why.
other than just random memories. But through the course of the 9 days, your vocabulary will increase a lot, and the general terms and phrases that you can use and compare and mix together greatly enhance as BT takes you basically through just you sitting there and listening to him talk to you for a few hours.
I can do different voices.
Mm-hmm.
It's all electronic, so it doesn't matter. I can mimic any voice I've ever heard.
Electronic, but yes.
Yeah.
So
Arctic.
same general gist.
Iago can
Alright.
speak better now.
For my 9 days, nothing specific. I'm just in general helping out around the place. This is the only thing I'm asking the DM, and I'm putting it in your court for this. A situation that makes me just mad enough to rage against my will and wild magic. I have decided with my wild magic surge, I am doing the D100 table, not the D8. That's
Okay.
what I want to do.
The D100 table. Situation mad enough. Is Nal a gambler?
He's been known to.
He's been known to.
He's been known to from time to time, like the player doing the character.
So there's gonna be, you're familiar with crews and how they work with these kind of deals. Every game people are cheating. It's a given fact. That's accepted.
I am also cheating.
You were definitely, yes. But when you consistently lose, let's...
You can make me lose some gold, I don't care. Come
Yeah,
on,
roll...
give it to me.
Roll 2d20s.
I will roll 2. Yeah. A 3 and a 12.
A 3 and a 12. You've lost 15 gold's worth in a real bad run. Like you were up some quite a bit, and then just suddenly you've lost everything. Almost.
Let me take those 15 out real quick. 1 sec. Yeah. Okay. I get angry, and it's like a flash of anger. It's like 1 second, and then I'm like, hey, I'm cool, we're fine. I'm not mad, you're mad.
Roll percentile dice. So let's see what wild surge we get.
Right. 39. Let's see.
9.
Yeah.
Hope it's the one where he turns blue. I love that one.
For the next hour, you leave a trail of flowers, fungi, and moss wherever I step. Inconsequential, but dang it, I love it.
They... It's just... As
There's
you
like
in your
this
seat...
burst, like from the center of my chest, there's this like... Boof, and it comes back in, and I'm like, I'm fine. And I get up and leave, and there's just a trail of natural beauty behind me.
Get up and leave as well. You're leaving like roots pull from your pants and tear from the seat that you're sitting in. You start walking, and then suddenly everyone in the area is going, whoa, 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 whoa. People are stopping you. And they push you into a corner, and you have to stand in that corner until it stops. Every single one of them's like, I am not dealing with cleaning up this ship. You are standing there until that stops.
Okay, so it's my fault that I was born different. All right, I see what's going on this ship, and with every crew member that works here, I see. Someone's born different, and all of a sudden, we have to halt our lives for your guys's, and slowly but surely, everyone can see the energy pulsing off of me as I get angry.
One of them just calls in the back while people are just yelling at you, and you're having a shouting match. You hear over the chorus of it all. Admiral Sobre's built or born different. You've got no excuse.
She's a dark elf. I've got wild magic anytime my emotions get past about 90 degrees. That's about it. And slowly, like, there's like this heat ray. You know how heat has that like wavy effect. People need to stop talking and accusing me before I blow this shit up. Okay?
The ship, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Close. But, yep, there's a day where, for some time, Snoz, you'll realize that the entire crew is on the other side of the ship to Nal. And Nal is just kind of sitting by himself stewing, and you can see just magic coursing from him.
Well,
being
this seems like
distorted.
an opportunity for friendship. Snoz Boop will approach now.
I see you walking up and I go, no.
Now, what's up? It seems like you could use a friend at this time.
I can see the ukulele in your hand, and I know exactly what's about to happen. And I need you to understand something. You're gonna need to give me a couple more hours, all right?
Well, we always need friendship at all times.
Give me a persuasion against my hold on. Against and this is just for flavor, against my intimidation. Is that all right, DM?
Sure.
You might have beat me on this one. You definitely beat me on this one.
You're gonna have a hard time doing anything but losing.
All right,
I got a 30.
9. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a 9. With a plus 7 to intimidation. I need you to know that was a 2.
I rolled a 19 for my plus 11. No.
Yeah, now
So you're
you
convinced.
you recognize there's no
Sing
getting
me
out
a
of this
song.
now.
Sing you a song. Okay.
I can see it in your hands.
Now you're my buddy. Now you're my friend. Now I hope you're doing well, and I hope it never ends.
And now roll perception check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. I
Yeah.
thought so.
Me or him?
Now.
Me.
Oh, okay.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a pretty high perception. It is 18.
18? Okay. You don't notice anything.
Whoa. Okay. And
You see, as you sing, the horns, you've noticed that they're already bigger, but the more you sing, you can see centimeters growing magically off of the shaved down horns on his forehead.
after his song is over, he'll just come stand next to you and put his hand on your, well, probably just your hand, because that's probably as far as he can reach, and just stand there in silence with you.
I'm not mad. You're mad. And then with that, we'll skip to the next person.
Before we do, when you try to leave where you are, I'm gonna ask for a roll. Athletics or acrobatics check? Now.
For moi?
From you, yeah.
Oh, that's athletics for sure with a plus 9.
Yeah, that's good.
26.
26? You very quickly feel a tug at your shoes as you start to walk, but catch yourself and look down and see that your shoes have been tied together.
I am going to proceed to go like this. And take both of my shoes off and walk barefoot into my room.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah.
He says.
Snoz Boop will pick up the tied shoes and walk behind now, and bring him to his room and put him on the floor for him.
You get into your room now, shut the door, turn around, and your shoes are right there. And Snozboop, you just hear in your head the whole time Chaos laughing, chuckling to himself.
Seem to be muted.
You're muted now.
I pick them up by the strings and like untie them in one motion and let them drop, and proceed to go lay down face down into my cot. I have anger issues. I like playing barbarians with anger issues because it makes sense. All right.
After that, 9 whole days pass traveling through the air. And you make it to Ariosted. Now, your approach in Ariosted, you feel starts. You're not actually told about it, but you start feeling like that plummeting motion as you descend from higher altitudes into lower altitudes, and then get into the clouds for a bit. When you depart, looking down, there is a tall structure that's been built up in engineered ways to where it comes up in a thinner base and then arcs outwards to a larger flat platform at the top. This is an airport. Sitting up in the air. The ship starts lowering down to it, eventually docking in one of the stations, where it still continues to hover, but you do notice that Admiral Sobre does remove the sword. It stays there, through ways you don't fully understand or understand at all. Now, you would. It's because of what it's made of. But this is your departure point.
Can I talk to the sword right quick?
Quick conversation, yeah, as you're saying goodbye to Admiral Sobre. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, he's not busy right now.
Hello, old friend. How's it going?
Not a friend.
Oh. That's sad. Well, last time we spoke, you said you did enjoy being a sword, but you were all right staying as one. Is that still the case?
Oh, it's a thing. Better than what I was doing.
Okay. Well, until we meet again. Toodaloo. And then Snoz will leave.
As you start to head off, Admiral Sobre is like, sorry, he's a little, grumpy afterwards. He likes being in the water, not over the water. It's silly, really, but good luck. Have fun saving the world.
Thank you, Admiral. As always, a pleasure in its entirety.
Absolute delight doing business with you. I will be happy to negotiate with you in the future. Ever need any goods shipped, any travel anywhere? Just know I'm worth the price.
I will keep that in mind for sure. And then Snozboop will exit the ship.
I'm gonna hit the Admiral with this. I'm gonna be like, hey, Admiral, stay pretty.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn around and get out of there.
you know I will. It'd be nice if you could handsome up a little.
I go, yeah, pretty much. And I like rub the top of my horns that are like 3 inches longer than they were before.
Getting down
3
from the
inches is a
airport.
lot, folks. I'm kidding. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to say. I'm so sorry. Cut to the next episode. Can we cut to the
As
next
you
episode
head
on
down
that?
from the airport and start on your journey up into the Glob Shak swamps, it's about a day to get towards where the entrance is. You do know from your general idea, this is primarily information that would come from Iago. Forgot the name for a second. You'll want to head to Hadar to get an updated map before heading anywhere else, because his map is a little too old, and the known clouds, you're going to want to know where they are, where they've migrated to, because running into one of them is a very bad idea.
Iago will definitely make that like very important knowledge. Need to do this ASAP.
And I will also make a note to the group that if we are continuing, we need more filters for the gas masks that we do have, just in case.
Oh, on that note, DM, Ariosted is a major city that has the in and out of Glob Shak, right? So I've obviously been here multiple times.
You have been, yes.
Okay, perfect.
You know where to get the goods?
Yeah, would I know where to get filters for their masks?
These masks look like they're custom made, so you know where to get some filters you might be able to use. Whether or not they have any, that's a bit of a different story.
Good enough.
We go there.
We go there.
For the sake of brevity on it, why don't we just do a general investigation check to see if you can find some? Who would like to head that up?
I will aid.
You'll aid on it? Okay. That's fair.
I should not roll. Anybody else
will roll, I suppose.
Give me an investigation check at advantage, Snoz.
Well, that's a bad one. Oh, but it's a 7 and not a 1.
That's better.
That's not much better, though. 13.
13. Okay. You do find a place that has some of similar size. It's going to be a little bit of a delay in your journey. It'll take them about 3 hours to customize them. But they can make them for you.
Let's make that happen.
Also, Iago will make it imperative that is something that happens, because they will need those filters.
Okay. They can do that. For 2, they can make 2 spare sets for you, and it's going to put you back about 3 silver. It would normally be about like 3 copper per each filter, but the customization's requiring a bit more to it.
Okay. I will pay the man 2 silver.
3 silver. Unless you want to try to do a persuasion check to negotiate it down.
Sure.
Good lord.
You're a rich man. Why?
Yes.
Good lord.
I'll go for it. Why did I have to provide the option?
Yeah, I mean, sir, we're trying to save the world.
Oh my gosh, this would have got just roll.
That's a 30.
That's
That's a 19, yeah.
Okay, you do better than negotiating it down. He does it for you for a silver.
Oh, perfection.
Just 1. Just a little bit of a markup. He still has to, compensate for his time and all that stuff, but very small profit margins.
When we're done, I'm going to pull Snozboop to the side and I'm going to whisper ever so gently, where was that when you were negotiating the price with Admiral Sabrea? I mean, honestly, you got that man down from that, but you literally paid 100 times what it was worth in order to deliver us. I don't understand you one bit. I don't understand you. And I'm going to kind of slightly pick you up by the collar, slowly but surely. And I'm going to be like, I need you to work with us when we continue on this way, because you going back and forth between this and the other way is not going to work out.
We're going to take whatever your response is. We're zooming out from this side. And we are going to close off the episode there.
As that is happening in the background, Iago is putting 2 more silver in the guy's hand of my own.
Oh god! All right, we're just accepting that and zooming out as you both can add to your inventory 2 extra filter sets, so you effectively have 3 hours of breathing. No, 3 encounters of breathing time with masks. It's like 10 minutes each, but each time you use them, you're going to need to switch them out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And on that note, folks, I gotta pee, and it's gonna be next episode by the time you're back
It
around.
is. So we're going to close out for this episode, and we'll see you all next week as they head into the Glob Shak Marshes. Bye now.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles